Last March, I found myself in Amsterdam amidst the tulip gardens. Those legendary seas of color that never lose their magic, no matter how many times you wander through them. But here in Berlin, tulips grace our markets too, as if spring decides to quietly bloom in every grocery aisle. Overnight, the stores go from grey and routine to a carnival of vivid blooms. In my favorite store, they're nestled near the scent of fresh bread, that is, near the baking section. And of course, I could not pick up just one bunch, so two of them made it to the cart. The other day, I was listening to someone talk about how things like feng shui or vastu tend to affect those more who spend most of their time at home. And when you really think about it, it does make sense. If your days are mostly spent outside, your surroundings at home may not shape you as much. But when you are at home more often, your space begins to quietly influence your mood, your thoughts, your energy. And that got me thinking, maybe that's why our surroundings matter so deeply. Because those are the things our minds sit with every single day. And as someone who spends most of her time at home, I know how even one cluttered little corner can shift how I feel almost instantly. This napkin holder or kitchen roll holder I found recently, it's such a small thing, but it's designed in a way that the kitchen roll doesn't unravel after you pull one out. Things as simple as a loose napkin from a kitchen roll really can somehow make the whole kitchen feel off, like cluttered. Like, why doesn't it look as clean today? It's funny how our minds notice these little things, and I do notice them a lot. You see this tiny bell here? It's become my quiet reminder to slow down. I placed it on the fridge door recently, and every time I open or close it, it makes the softest sound. It's almost like a pause woven into the day, a small nudge to just be a little more mindful and present. After cleaning the kitchen counter, I usually move on to vacuuming the floor before getting to the rest of the house. I do have a robo that runs on its own schedule, but I still find myself reaching for the stick vacuum sometimes. I remember one of you asked whether it's better to get a robo or a stick vacuum, and they each have their own role to play, I believe. It really depends on what your home needs. One doesn't quite replace the other. They just support you in different ways. Right now, we're in that in-between phase of seasons. Some days still feel like winter, some suddenly feel like summer, and others carry a hint of spring. If you're living in Berlin or anywhere in Germany, you probably feel this too. Back in India, I never really understood what spring meant, even though we heard about it quite often. My mum always says that in India, summers arrive in full force, and when the heat becomes too intense, plants are often moved indoors, not out, to protect them from the harsh sun that can burn them. That's also why you'll see many balconies covered over there. Over time, I've come to realize that indoor plants are usually happiest staying indoors, at least over here. It's better to choose plants specifically meant for your balcony or outdoor spaces, especially in a place like Berlin. Even during summer, I don't move my indoor plants outside anymore. I've noticed they get too used to that strong sunlight, and once the season changes, they struggle to adjust back inside. And sometimes they just don't make it. That's just been my experience though, but I thought I'd share it with you all. I've shown this before, so some of you might already recognize it. I've been using a cleaning solution called Cif Cleaning Cream for most of my kitchen scrubbing, except for the countertop, of course. Takes care of stubborn stains quite quickly, and it has a nice fresh fragrance too. Here in Germany, however, it actually goes by the name Viss, Viss. I hope that doesn't confuse you. If you ask me, one thing that's really helped me through some of the harder days in this cold country has been my plants. Looking after them, watching them grow, moving them around, rearranging them once in a while brings a softness into the home and a quiet sense of positivity into the mind. And although this may sound a little flowery, it truly helps. It takes your mind away from screens, keeps you occupied in a good way, and at the same time, it gives your thoughts a calmer corner to return to. Now that we are talking about the little things that help me manage life here better, one of them has to be meal prep. So over the past few years, I have developed a routine that helps me balance my YouTube work and my housework at the same time. One thing I like to do is that whenever possible, I pre-wash fruits and vegetables, dry them properly, and then keep them in the fridge. It makes things easier to reach for and helps our family consume them more often. Sometimes it's these very small acts of preparation that quietly hold a home together.
Look out, here she comes. The woman that I love. It's too bad she'll never know. Yeah, I can't tell her how I feel, because she has someone who makes her happy. I'm a ghost in these walls.
I have to say, I really underestimated the value of having a humidifier. At first, it felt like one of those nice to have things, not really essential. But over time, using it regularly, I started to notice something. Comfort at home isn't always loud or obvious, it's often built through the quietest, smallest additions. The air here is so much drier than what I was used to back in India, and this has genuinely helped, especially with our skin, our hair, even the plants.
I listen when she talks, I watch her when she walks. She's giving me these feelings that I've never felt before. But she will never know that I love her so well. She's with somebody else and I will have to let her go. She will never know, na-na. Never know, na-na. She will never know, na-na. Never know, na-na. She'll never know. It's like she stole my heart.
As we keep using our homes every day, we slowly realize what works for us and what doesn't. There are always a few pain points that keep showing up in daily life, but in the rush of work, we often forget to fix them. We simply learn to move around inconvenience and call it a routine.
I know it won't be easy. I wanna hold her close, but I have to try as hard as I.
These seasonal resets and refreshes help me notice those things again and make small changes that bring more ease, clarity, and lightness into everyday life.
These feelings that I never felt before. She will never know that I love her so well. She's with somebody else and I will have to let her go. She will never know, na-na. Never know,
A few days ago in one of my videos, I had shown how I rearranged my kitchen cabinets. What I had done was move all the pantry related things into one line of cabinets and all the cups and crockery into the middle cabinet. This was the cabinet that was left to be shown, and this is where all the daily use plates and glasses go. Now even I have a set of 4 or 6 plates in the same pattern or design. I usually keep only 2 at a time on the bottommost shelf and the rest stay on the topmost shelf. The reason is that we like to switch the plates we use every now and then, so bringing out 2 at a time works well for us. Even small changes like these keep daily life from becoming too fixed. They remind you that routine can still have a little freshness in it. As an Indian, I've definitely had my moments trying to keep all my spices stocked and somehow still organized. It's not always easy. Of course, many of you have seen my spice drawer. That's where all the everyday essentials live, the ones I reach for without even thinking. But even with that in place, there are always those extra spices or special blends that don't show up daily but still have their own quiet importance. So over time, I found my own little rhythm with it. I keep these extra spices in a separate transparent box like this. Whatever fits into jars, I transfer, but I've learned that not everything needs to be perfectly uniform. And that's okay. This way, everything is still within reach, still visible, and still easy to find when the moment calls for it. I've come to feel that Indian cooking holds so many layers, so many small, meaningful essentials just like these. A lot of how we live is influenced by our surroundings and by what we keep seeing every single day. The colors, textures, and quiet details around us slowly begin to shape not just our homes but also our mood and sense of comfort. One thing I noticed over time is that I got very used to pastel shades and muted colors, and I began enjoying even something as simple as a plain bedsheet much more. Slowly I started understanding the peace it brings.
Hold mine side. We'll talk a cup of kindness yet.
And at the same time, I could never really let go of my roots or my love for prints. Maybe that is what living in a new place quietly does to you. It does not ask you to leave yourself behind, but gently shows you how to hold on to who you are while making space for something new. Little by little, this city has taught me new rhythms, new comforts, and new ways of noticing beauty in ordinary things. And somewhere between old roots and new surroundings, I feel I'm gently building a version of home that belongs to both worlds.
We'll talk a cup